So breaking news, Brandon Graham is returning to his 16th NFL season with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is exciting news. And today I want to talk about why Brandon Graham's return is less about how he will be as a player for the Eagles and more about the leadership and what he brings as an Eagle elite, an Eagle legend to this very, very young team. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Nick Abari Show. If you're here, I talk about football. I talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. I offer pre-game and post-game reactions, and I also offer you breaking news just like this episode is. And if all of that sounds like fun, well, I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and find the red subscribe button and go ahead and click on it. Click on the red subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so every time I put out a new video, you will be the first to know and you'll be able to join in the conversation as well. Let's continue. Now, I think Brandon Graham's return is a hugely tremendous thing for this Eagles defense, mostly because they are very, very young. This Eagles defense especially is very, very young. The Eagles' average age, or the average age for this Eagles team in general, is 25 years old and a half. And I'm not saying that these players cannot be leaders or will not be leaders, but I'm saying that these players need leadership, especially this defense. They need some leadership, and not just leadership as a captain, but they need some leadership from someone who has been there, done that, an all-time Eagles great, still playing. When Brandon Graham speaks, he commands attention, not because he's yelling about it, but because he's been there, done that, won 2 Super Bowls. He's very, very well accredited. If there is anyone on this team that deserves the right, and I say deserves, and has the right to be able to say whatever he wants, it's Brandon Graham. He's been here not only the longest, and when you talk about his longevity, his services has only been to the Eagles. He's been in this Eagles organization for this will be his 16th season. That is not only a tremendous achievement on its own, but a tremendous achievement as a player in the NFL. How many other players these days do you see playing 16 seasons in this grueling, agonizing, tormenting sport that is the NFL? How many players? So he definitely is going to bring that experience, that recognition, and he's going to be able to get these young players who are very young, who have, just to show you how young these players are, especially on the defense. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they're both 24 and 25 years old. Quinyon Mitchell, 24 years old. Nolan Smith, 24 years old. Cooper DeJean, 22 years old. Reed Blankenship, 26. The list goes on and on. These players are very, very young. And they need that leadership to be able to show them the way. Show them how to handle these situations. Because I don't think the spitting incident that happened with Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott would have taken place if a Brandon Graham was right there on the field with him leading this Eagles defense. I highly doubt that would have happened. Because I think just the presence alone of Brandon Graham standing right next to Jalen Carter in that moment, come on. I highly doubt that would have happened, especially the way it did. Now, this team, this Philadelphia defense especially, lost a lot of leadership. lost a lot of leadership. Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now, I know Jason Kelce is on the offense, but those are leaders. Those were the backbone. Those were the staples of this Eagles team. Those are tenured leaders that have been here for many, many years, especially Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham. Those are players that if you look at their egos through and through, those are players that just like Brandon Graham, when they speak, people listen, especially these young rookies, these young players, very impressionable players that are looking to establish some sort of leadership, become leaders. They listen, they pay attention, they write things down. Because guess what? They want to be the Brandon Grahams, the Fletcher Cox, the Jason Kelce one day. That's the motivation. If you want to be in this and in the game, in the league, be playing at the highest level, and be playing for the Eagles long term, you definitely better be paying attention to those guys. You definitely want to be asking them questions. You want to be picking their brain and making sure that you're trying to get to the level, and not only get to the level, but once you get there, you need to continuously, they will tell you, always looking to rise to that next level, because that's what those players have done to their game. And that's why they are Eagles legends, certified. Those leaders that are no longer with this Eagles defense, I think has made a lot of difference in the way that things has transpired. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Brandon Graham is not coming back because of his playing skills. He's coming back for his leadership. The same thing with this defense. They don't need more talent. They have it. They've shown it. They've put the team on their back a couple of times and won us games. But they don't need more talent. But what they need is to know when to relax a little bit, to know how to handle difficult situations, to know not to spit in players' faces, to know how to channel that emotion into a sack rather than getting thrown out the game. That is the leadership that's coming. That is the leadership that was lost coming into this season, but is getting established back. And what I like about Brandon Graham, I think if anybody else was going to return, what I like about this return that it's Brandon Graham is that he's not worried about his legacy. His legacy is already cemented. Already cemented, not only with the Eagles, but as an NFL player, his legacy is already cemented. I think Brandon Graham is exactly what the Eagles need. Not only the Eagles defense, but the Eagles need. Because he's going to be the adult in the room that when Nick Sirianni is talking and says something, there aren't murmurs. People aren't questioning it. You know why? Because Brandon Graham is going to back his coach. He's going to back his coach. And guess what that does? That settles everybody. Well, if Brandon Graham's on board, I better get on board. It's only going to bring the team together more. And Brandon Graham is a leader by example. He leads by example. 16 seasons. You just don't get to play for 16 seasons just because you like football. There's something else. There's something special in Brandon Graham, and there's something especially Philly special because he has been with the Eagles for 16 seasons. There has to be a reason why they kept him around all these years and decided to bring him back. They need this man. They need his leadership by example. And he's going to show these youngins how to handle adversity, how to handle the rainy days, the snowy days, the cold, the hot, talking to the media. And he might even say some things to just get the pressure off of them. He's been there, done that. He knows. He knows what he's doing. And I think it's a very, very good time. It's a very, very good time in the season. The Eagles are 5-2. And I'll tell you this last point. Do you know who we're playing next? That's right. Bet your bottom. It's the New York Giants, who have new life under their new starting quarterback, Jackson Dart. Do you know what happened last game when we played the Giants? They beat us. They didn't only beat us. It was a little bit of a humiliation because they tore us apart. Our offense was nowhere to be found. The spark that Jackson Dart had, the spark that he created, how good he made these scrubs of Giants look. It was infectious. It was contagious for his team, for the Giants. Those Giants fans have not cheered that much. They haven't had anything to cheer about. But they had such an infectious and such a contagious energy about them that we lacked. And I think it's a perfect time for Brandon Graham to join the team when we're about to play our division rivals in the New York Giants. I don't know if he's going to be ready to play. From what I heard, he's kept himself fit and active all season, but I don't know if he's just going to come out and play. But I don't think it really matters if he plays as well, because I think just his presence alone changes everything. And I'm definitely looking forward to that game. These are my reasons why I think Brandon Graham, coming back from retirement to lead this team and not be a difference maker, is going to be the best thing that happened to the Eagles this season. Because Brandon Graham is not coming back as a key player, as a pivotal player, as the player, but he's coming back as a leader, a pivotal leader. Something that not only this defense, but this Eagles organization definitely needs, especially if we were, and I don't want to jinx it, if we were to repeat. Well, I want to know what you think. Do you agree? Do you think differently? I want to know what you think. Make sure you let me know in the comments below. Find that comment section and leave me your thoughts. Leave me what you think. Because guess what? I read it all and I'm going to respond to it all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the Nick Kabari Show. Don't forget to once again subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.